What's up, everybody? Zach Lucero here with Philong Toyota, and check out this lineup I have here with me today. The main purpose of this video is I'm just wanting a bunch of feedback on everyone's thoughts here on the two different beasts, or four different beasts, the two different brands, Toyota, Jeep, and I'm just curious to know what everyone thinks, which way they prefer to go and why, as far as off-road performance and whatnot. But as you can see here, I do have a couple of Rubicons here. One's a Wrangler, one's a Gladiator. They're both 23s. I do have a 23 Taco here and a 23 4Runner. So a lineup of 23s right here, I should have just called it. And as you can see, the Toyotas are pretty well beefed up. The Rubicons are untouched as of right now, and I'm hoping some of your all's comments are going to help us out here to get these all beefed up and ready to go. Let's start with this Wrangler here. This is a 23 Rubicon. This is a 4xe. It does have front and rear lockers with the sway bar disconnect, and a very unique technology with a hybrid. It's a 2-liter hybrid turbocharged, by the way. This has a ton of power. It's crazy. And as you may already know, with a 4xe, you can just charge it up and go all electric before the gas engine ever turns on. But it has a ton of power, and it drives super smooth, to be honest, especially with a Rubicon suspension. It has a KO2s. This one's brand new. Check out the interior here. I've always liked the inside of the Wranglers. I love the vibe. I love the Jeep vibe, but I'm a Toyota guy deep down. It's hard to say how I feel about the whole Wrangler Gladiator situation. I really like them. This one's a little bit dirty. Excuse the mess. It was just sold, but check it out. You've got the plugins for the... It has a soft top, by the way, so it's a little tricky to open up, I guess. It does have Alpine premium audio. You've got the roll cage, and it's a gorgeous color of blue, by the way. I'm sure the camera doesn't do any justice, but it's stunning. Rubicon. I've always loved the dash in these Wranglers, and I kind of like the idea of how the power window buttons are here in the middle. Front and rear locker, that's something. So that's why I like the Rubicon, because of the front and rear locker there with the sway bar. The Tacoma and the 4Runner don't have front and rear lockers. The TRD package gets you the rear locker, and there's no sway bar disconnect or something like that. And I really think that that would be a step up for Toyota to be able to offer those things on the Tacoma and the 4Runner rather than just the rear locker. This here Gladiator, now this would be something I would look into over a Wrangler, me personally, just because it's a truck. It has a bed. Okay, I need the bed. And this one is a soft top as well. What do you know? Both Rubicons are a soft top. This one does have the leather though, with the red stitching and the red there on the dash. I like that a lot. I like the way this one drives. It feels smooth, considering the tire size that comes out of the factory on these. It drives rather smooth. And you got the front and rear locker on this, of course, with the sway bar and off-road plus as well. I'm gonna have to do a video. I'm just going over kind of those features, like the off-road plus and the sway bar there. This one does have heated seats and a heated steering wheel as well. I didn't see them in the blue Wrangler there, but this one is gorgeous, and she's for sale too, just so you know. Brand new. We can get the hard top on there for you if you want. And not only that, I could get you a crazy discount, like a crazy discount on this if you are interested. I'm just throwing that out there, but that's not what this is about. Here is a 23 Tacoma. Now this one is actually a TRD Sport that happened to get the TRD Bilstein kit installed. That's where the front grille comes from. And then, of course, the custom wheels there with the custom offset and almost 34-inch tires on this one here. Electric lime is the color. Love the color. Better drop steps. Let's take a look at the inside of the Tacoma. So I dig it. Don't mind some of the papers and stuff in here and the hand sanitizer. So the TRD Sport doesn't have the rear locker, which would be up there on this generation of Tacoma. It's the only thing this one is missing. This one does have the 360 monitor and stuff like that, though, the camera, and obviously 4x4. Air lockers will be added on this one here at some point soon. That would be, and actually the entire suspension is going to be rebuilt. Basically, the purpose of the TRD lift kit on this one is just to basically turn it into a TRD off-road, from a sport to an off-road, more or less, without the locker, and plus, you know, put some beefier tires on there and those custom wheels. Here we have a 23 4Runner. Same thing, custom lift kit, custom wheels, oversized tires. These are the Falken Wild Peaks. By the way, those Toyo AT3s, fire tire right there. I highly recommend these tires here. They are super aggressive and just grippy as you'd ever want. This one has the drop steps as well. You do have the off-road basket. And this is SR5. It doesn't have the TRD package, but it does have the custom lift kit, custom wheels, and oversized tires. Also comes with your Toyota 4Runner. You got a 120 outlet here in the back. So the Tacoma does have one as well in the bed of the truck. And I definitely dig the vibe of the 4Runner, especially with a top basket like that. I definitely dig it. I like the way it feels in here. I like the way it rides. I like the turning radius. There's not much I don't like about the 4Runner, other than it just needs to completely be re-geared or add a turbo or something. Same with that Tacoma over there. I mean, this third gen is not a whole lot of power, although they will go straight up a mountain, I'll tell you that. But this, the new generation of Tacoma, which I'll have on a video here at some point in time, that's a completely different beast, a total different ball game as far as I am concerned. But for now, I do like the third gen. Just needs to get re-geared, especially with the bigger tires. One really interesting thing I would like to talk about, as you notice on the Rubicons here, you can upgrade the tire size you know, significantly without doing any major modifications to the frame or anything. I mean, these ones here, I think these are 285/75. So I mean, that's about a 33.5-inch tire, and that's just straight out of the gate, out of the factory. The Tacoma doesn't come with tires that big, and as a matter of fact, you're gonna have a lot of rubbing issues on Tacomas and 4Runners if you put oversized tires on them, to be honest. The only way around that, like here on this Tacoma as an example, as you can see, I took the mud flaps off, and of course I bent in the fender liner a little bit, same in the front, and it was trimmed. So you're gonna have to do some bumper trimming for sure. But this one's about to get a body mount relocation, so the entire body mount right there is gonna be completely cut off and relocated, and then it'll have a high clearance bumper as well. So I mean, most of that will not be there, and that's what you have to do to get a Tacoma to perform well with tires this big. That's just what it takes. You're always going to deal with rubbing if you don't do some sort of modification like that. Needless to say, this is only a 2-inch lift in the front. It's a two in the front, one in the rear. And I mean, a higher lift kit obviously would help a little bit. But at full lock, you know, coming off a rock or something, if you want full flexibility, you're going to have to do some major modifications. Sorry to say it like that, but that's really the only way around it on a 4Runner and a Tacoma. This one had to have some trimming done as well on the front bumper. It's done well too by professionals, don't get me wrong. But it's just what you have to do. You see on the Rubicons, you could do less of that work to get more meaty tires at full lock. That is one thing I hand over to the Jeep. Bigger, it's meant for crawling, you know, front and rear lockers with the sway bar. That's awesome. I mean, you get the rear locker on these, and that's only if they have the TRD package, which neither one of these ones do. They just have the beefed up kit with oversized tires and custom wheels. Other than that, I really dig the body style of these. I dig the mean, aggressive look. It just has like that bulldog like stance. Same with the 4Runner. I really dig that. I'm not saying that the Jeeps don't look as mean and aggressive, but they're Jeeps. You know, they're always gonna look a certain way, in my opinion. No matter what you do to them, I mean, whatever bumpers you put, no matter what you do, it's always gonna have that Jeep-like stance. Again, my opinion. I think you can do more to the Toyotas to beef them up, to beef up the stance. They look aggressive right out of the gate as well, but I think, you know, changing bumpers, adding steel bumpers, I think it makes a bigger impact, a stronger impact on the Toyotas. Just because, like I said, the Jeeps are what they are. You already expect a really rugged look like that. Doors open back here. All in all, at the end of the day, they are both loaded up with very similar driving safety features. They both have cutting edge technology, Apple CarPlay, Google Android Auto. Of course, in the 4Runner and Tacoma, it's not wireless yet. You still have to plug in for it unless you get the little USB dongle off Amazon for $50. I'm not really good at dropping links, but I always hear some of my YouTubers always saying that in their videos. So I'll drop a link. But anyway, yeah, that's the only way to get wireless in these as of right now until the new generation comes out, which the Tacoma's already out. I've already sold one because it never really seen the lot. It was sold right out of the gate. And these ones here, I would love to go out and play more with the front and rear locker. These are designed to crawl right out of the gate. That's exactly what these are made to do. They're designed to crawl right out of the factory. You have to make these capable of crawling on that level, in my opinion. You have to do more work, more major modifications to get them to crawl like those. Although these will go straight up a mountain, I'm telling you. As far as the powertrain, Jeep already has that there. I mean, whether this one here's I think this is a V6, maybe not. This is actually a 2-liter hybrid, turbocharged. This one here is a V6. This is a 3.6 liter V6 here with the 8-speed. And I know you can get just the 2-liter turbocharged as well if you don't want the hybrid, which I don't see why you wouldn't. That's just more power. But definitely more power right here. I got to hand it to Jeep on that. Here on this side, we need a little bit of work, Toyota, and it looks like they've taken care of that as far as the new generation of Tacoma with the 2.4 liter turbocharged. Still to find out about the 4Runner. I'm sure it's going to be a very similar powertrain, and they'll offer hybrid in both. I already know that's coming, but as of right now, we got to do major work, major re-gearing. I mean, some people say that the Overland Torque tune also could be your best friend in this case, but in my case, it's not really. I'm not the computer software type of guy in a vehicle. I want the gearing. I want it to be re-geared with lower end gearing and ratio, and yeah, that's what I would hope for out of these. They got the power there. I'm probably just getting carried away now, but thank you guys very much for watching. If you did watch all the way to the end, feel free to drop a comment, a like, a subscribe if you like. And you can, yeah, reach out to me at any point in time. I am happy to help you out. I am a licensed dealer for both Jeep and Toyota. So if you have any questions, I am your guy. Have a great day.